All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Welcome to yoga. Let's come on into a comfortable upright this morning, and we'll start to come into our breath a little bit.
Fingers off here. Weird. Sorry.
I don't know. Something was stopping me. Okay. So come on into your comfortable space. Sitting tall, grounded through the sit bones, tall through the spine, through the crown of the head. And start to let your face soften. Start to let your physical body just feel settled, calm. If you've been running around this morning, let yourself settle here. And if you haven't been moving around and you are already settled, then let your eyelids get heavy, let your face soften. Let's just take an inhale as we bring the arms overhead. Lengthen everything up, and then exhale, just float it all down. Do that again. Inhale, arms high. Exhale through the nose or the mouth. And the arms come down. And one more time. Inhale high. And exhale, this time just bring your hands through heart center and let them rest either hand in hand or in a mudra or just resting on your lap, whatever feels comfortable to you this morning. And then starting to let your natural pace of breath fill up your lungs, your belly, your whole physical body. Just starting to watch it. Letting that be your focal point. As you're settling your physical body and your headspace, just notice what's going on in that headspace this morning. And if there's a lot moving about, it will take a little bit more focus for you to push that aside and come to the breath. Maybe this morning's a little easier. Every day is different. So just notice this morning how it is for you. Recognize that. Just not trying to control the breath, just letting it come in and out, but watching it and recognizing pattern in its pace, its length. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. Next, inhale, bring the arms overhead. And then exhale through to your heart center. We'll pause to set our intention or dedication, sending your energies and thoughts outward, or just a focus or a mantra, whatever is there for you this morning. Breathe it in, try to see it clearly. Whenever you're ready, you can let your hands rest back into your lap. We'll start with a little neck work. We haven't done that in a little while. So let's let the right ear drop over toward the right shoulder. And just start to lengthen through that left side of the neck. Notice how that feels. You can take that left hand and just sort of massage into the neck muscles. You can sort of really feel the sinewy of them, the sort of lengthening. You can also take that right hand on the side of your head to add a little bit more weight if that feels okay. Just take another breath or two there, letting those muscles soften a little bit more. Breathing into them. Excuse me. And then whenever you're ready, we'll start to bring the chin towards center. Very slowly, just pausing anywhere here where you do feel a little bit more sensation. Breathing into that. Taking your time. When you get all the way to center, pause there. And you can maybe bring both hands behind the head to add a little bit more weight if that feels okay. Otherwise, just keep the one. Take another full breath here. And then we'll take the fingertips on the forehead center to gently guide the head all the way back up. And before we take the other side, let's just take a glance over the right shoulder. Come back through center and take the gaze over the left. Just noticing your range of motion. And if you do have any tightness or stiffness there, bring your gaze all the way up. Maybe toward the back of the room if that feels okay. And then bring it all the way back up, back to center, and then we'll drop that left ear toward the left shoulder. Again, just moving slowly here. Awareness. Now you can take the right hand and either massage out the muscles on the right side and or the left hand to the left side of the head. Sometimes we don't even realize that we have some tightness, soreness, stiffness until we actually get into move those in certain directions. You know, sometimes you go to get a massage, you don't realize the muscles are tight till someone starts to try to get their fingers in there. Okay, whenever you're ready, we'll take the chin slowly toward center. Stopping anywhere for extra breath. And you get all the way down, pausing, take another breath or two. And then using the fingertips on your forehead center to guide the head all the way back up. And let's take a glance over the left shoulder. Back through center and then over the right. Back through center, bring it all the way up again. Back through center and this time all the way down. So from here, now start to round through your back body, bringing your shoulders forward and just expanding through the backs of the shoulder blades. And then come back up and let's take some nice rolls of the shoulders, opening up through the back body as you roll them forward, and then as you bring them up and drop them back, opening through the front of the chest. Just a couple times, and then switching direction, rolling them forward. One more time. Back to center, inhale, both arms high. Lengthen up, and then with the right fingertips, grab the left wrist, lift up, and then just take a very easy, small bend to the right, lengthening through that left side body. And then an inhale breath to come back to center, and switch the grip. Inhale, lift up, exhale over to the left. Inhale back to center and then open to the right, just a gentle, easy twist. Don't force it, but try and stay tall through the spine, leading with the heart. Just letting the twist sort of find its way through your spine, back body, the muscles, and then use an inhale, come back up with both arms high. And then exhale, take that twist open to the left. Another deep breath here. And release. Bring your arms back up high. And then just bring them back through your heart center. We'll roll over. Ankles and knees come onto all fours. And let's come into a downward dog to start. We'll come back into our table. But into a downward dog and just walk it out, finding the backs of the legs, grounding through the palms. Taking this movement to match your breath. So as fast or slow as your breath is moving, you want to take an extra half a breath on each side, whatever feels good to you. Let's take about 2 more breaths. And then if you were in a little bit of a shorter dog, for that first one to walk it out, just step your feet back a little bit to come into a more regular length dog for your body. And then we're going to take an inhale and an exhale. And then inhale and hinge forward, come into your plank, supported in whatever way works best for your practice this morning. And just check in. Your gaze is settled between your thumbs. Palms are grounding. The core is working hard. The breath is full. And if your knees are lifted, then your lower body is engaged here as well. Your quadriceps, your glutes. Take another inhale. And then with the exhale, either drop the knees or keep them lifted, up to you. And we're going to slowly come all the way down to our belly. And then settling all the way down, press the tops of the feet as we come into our low cobra. Bring the shoulder blades onto your back, lift the heart. Maybe lifting the hands for this first. Finding that lengthening feeling through the front of the body, lifting of the heart. Take another breath in, and then bring the hands back onto the mat on either side of your heart and gently press a little bit higher. And then bring it all the way back to your child's pose. Forehead toward the earth. Rounding into that spine, breathing into the back. Take another full breath here. And then with an inhale, come back through your table into your downward facing dog. And with an inhale breath, hinge forward, high plank. Just 3 breaths this time. Another inhale. And then exhale, slowly lowering to your belly. Inhale to your cobra. Whatever height works for you. You can, of course, scooch forward and come into a high cobra or an upward facing dog. Your knees off the earth. Another breath in. And then exhale, gently send it back to your child's pose again. Take another full breath here. And then inhale to your high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, either chaturanga or come all the way to your belly. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale to child's pose. Take a deep full breath. And then inhale again, come forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale to child. Full breath here. One more time through on the breath. Inhaling forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, child pose. Full breath. This time, if your hands have been forward, bring them all the way back by your heels so the shoulders have a little breather. You can inhale. Nice long exhale. Then coming back up through our table, just tuck the toes and lift the hips, walk the hands and feet together, and come on into a ragdoll.
So just separate your feet wide enough that you can balance comfortably. You probably want to bend your knees a lot for this first forward fold, unless you have already been exercising and stretching this morning. The hamstrings are probably a little tight. Let's grab opposite elbow, drop the crown of the head, gaze settle at the back of the mat. Just settling in, breathing into the fold, breathing into the back body and the backs of the legs. Get a little sway side to side, or any other small movements to help your body just settle in here. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. And then releasing the arms with bent knees, let's slowly roll all the way to stand. Letting the head stay heavy, letting that come up last as you come all the way to vertical. And then wherever you are on your mat, just make your way toward the front. We'll come into our mountain pose. Strong, sturdy, soft. Maybe even close the eyes for a breath here. Take a full breath in and out. And then with your next inhale, sweep the arms high. And then exhale, swan dive, hands through heart center, coming back down to your fold. Inhale, lift halfway, fingertips between ankle, anywhere between your ankle and your knee. Lengthening through the crown of the head, take another breath in. Exhale, back to your fold. Inhale, sweep high all the way up. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift halfway. This time, place your hands and step back through your vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Inhale to your cobra or your upward facing dog. And this time, exhale it all the way back to your downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths. And in your third exhale, look forward, walk, step or jump feet to hands. The front inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Long spine, inhale, sweep all the way high. Lengthen it up. And exhale, swan dive. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, place the hands. Step it back, high plank to low with that exhale. Inhale up to your back bend. And then exhale it back, downward facing dog again, 3 breaths. End of your third exhale, look forward, walk, step or jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine sweep high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it back, high plank to low. Inhale it up. And exhale it back. 3 breaths. End of your third exhale, look forward, walk, step or jump. Feet to hands, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Pause, take a breath in. Nice long breath out. And then next inhale, come to your Utkatasana. Weight is moving back. So heels are heavy, toes are light. Squeezing the thighs toward one another and feeling that core engagement still. The core is working here. A little lift through the heart. Hands can stay pressing at your heart center, or you can send them high. Pinky sides of your hands rolling toward one another. And then just making sure that you're not turning the tail up too much or tucking it down very hard. You want to just find that nice neutral space. Take another breath in. And then exhale, release to your fold. Heel toe the feet a little wider. Grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Inhale through the crown of the head to lengthen. And then exhale, release into your fold. Dropping the crown of the head, dropping the gaze. Take about 3 more breaths there. Another inhale. And then exhale, release. Heel to the feet back toward one another. Come back into your Utkatasana. Send the arms high. Inhale. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Take a prayer twist to the right. Left elbow either over that right knee or between the knees, wherever your body allows for. Pressing the palms into one another and really letting the spine twist. Breathing fully, filling the belly. Take another full breath in. And then exhale, release, come back to your fold. Heel toe the feet a little bit wider again. This time let's interlace the fingers on the lower back. Drop over into your fold. If your shoulders are tight this morning or always, grab a strap or just bring them to your lower back. Breathing here into that opening, creating space. Just notice where the weight is distributed in your feet. We usually have a tendency for you to fall back toward our heels or forward towards the balls of the feet. Just see if you can even it out a little bit. You'll maybe notice how that changes the sensation in the backs of your legs. Take another 2 breaths here. That second exhale, release your hands, heel to the feet back toward one another. With an inhale, come back into your Utkatasana. Inhale the arms high. Exhale through heart center, and we'll take a twist to the left, right elbow over left knee. Twisting from the rib cage, leading with the heart, pressing the palms, continuing to squeeze the thighs, but mostly filling the breath, focusing on that inhale and the exhale. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, release, come back to center. Heel the feet a little bit wider again. Let's walk the hands underneath, come into Gorilla Asana. So walking the toes up to the wrist crease there. And you can use the toes to massage the wrist a little bit if that feels good. And drop the crown of the head. 3 or 4 more deep breaths. And if your next exhale, release. Walk the feet, heel toe them back toward one another. Bend the knees, drop the hips, come back into your Utkatasana. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, release to fold. Inhale, lengthen. And then just depending where you are on your mat, come into your downward dog. Walk the hands forward, feet back. Take a breath in. A breath out. And then inhale through your high plank. Come through a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Following your breath, inhaling up. And exhale, send it back. Inhale, take your right leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip, and open it up. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release, step that right foot forward, but stay high on the back heel. And we'll come up into our crescent lunge. So grounding into that right heel to guide the right hip to help square. Fingertips are reaching high, shoulders are softening, heart is lifting, gaze is settling. You can opt, of course, to bring that back knee down instead of have it be lifted and be in a lower version. Either way is fine. Take another breath in, and then exhale, turn that back heel down and come into your warrior one. So as you do that, that left hip will open up a little bit because it can't square with the heel down, but then try to keep your torso squaring off toward the front. So your rib cage, your shoulders, and your gaze stay squaring. Take another breath in, and then open it to your warrior two. So adjust your stance as you need. Mine is usually a little wider for my warrior two. Glance down, make sure that front heel intersects the arch of your back foot, and that right knee is tracking to the right so that you can see your big toe. And then extending the arms in each direction, letting the gaze settle over that right hand, that right middle finger. Softening down through the shoulders. Take 2 more full breaths here. And then lengthening that front leg, reverse your warrior, so your right fingertips high. And just feel that lengthening on the side body. One more inhale. And then let's come back forward through our warrior two and into a side angle. So grounding into that right heel, taking that right femur bone a little deeper into that hip joint. Left fingertips reach high. Your rib cage and heart are twisting open. That ridge of that back foot is grounding you. Maybe take that left hand to a half bind. That adds to the pose for you. If it does not add to the pose, then don't go there. You be in the pose that works for you. Another full breath. And then release that all. Lengthen again in reverse. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let's windmill everything down and come through a vinyasa. You can skip the vinyasa, go straight to your downward dog, or come through table or child's pose. If you are in anything other than downward dog, start to make your way back to it. And then together we'll inhale, take the left leg high, bend the knee, stack the hip and open. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, squaring the hip and sending it forward, coming into crescent lunge on the left. So keeping that back heel high, grounding into the left heel. And again, you can always opt down with that back knee, coming into a low lunge. If the knee is lifted, try to keep strength there and keep that leg strong. Take another breath in, and then turn the outer edge of that back foot down, coming into your warrior one. So continuing to square the torso, ground through the outer edge of that back foot. Another inhale, and then exhale. Let's open it all the way to our warrior two, readjusting for your practice. Coming into your warrior two, letting the gaze settle, shoulders soften. Two more breaths. With that
That second exhale, lengthen the front leg, reverse. Left fingertips to the sky. Take an inhale. And then exhale, come back through your warrior two and into side angle. So now grounding to that left heel, and that whole left leg just getting a little deeper into the hip. Right fingertips high, your torso twisting open. Gaze can be anywhere your neck is comfortable. Up, center, down. If you feel anything at all in the neck, then just try a new position, a new focus, so that the neck is soft. Maybe you take a half bind with that right hand. Let's take 2 more breaths here. With that second exhale, we'll lengthen, reverse, inhale, and then exhale, windmill it all down. Step the left foot back. Take it through high to low. So meeting downward facing dog. And take another full breath. And then we'll take that series on the breath. Take an inhale, lift the right, bend the knee, stack the hip and open. And exhale, step it forward, crescent lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, stay in your lunge. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse, this time lengthen. And then exhale, come back through into your side angle. And we'll take this as far as bird of paradise for anybody who wants to go. You can stay right here, and you can come to any other place along the way. Right hand reaches down and then bends underneath to try to find that bind with the left hand, or grab a strap or a towel, any other prop to make that connection. And then we're going to slowly start to walk the back foot in for those of you that are coming to bird of paradise. So stepping that left foot forward to meet your right, and then turning those left toes in the same direction as your right. I'm going to turn to face you. So your feet are parallel to one another. And then starting to shift the weight onto your left foot. So coming onto the toes on the right, and eventually putting all the weight onto that left foot as you walk your gaze up the wall and come all the way up to vertical. And when you do, trying to open through the front of the chest as much as possible. And then maybe you lengthen that right foot, like right leg, I guess. Breathing as fully as you can for anybody who is up. Take another full breath. And then we're going to slowly come back to where we started. Just going to turn back this way, stepping that left foot back, coming back into your bound side angle, releasing the bind. And then everybody lengthen and reverse. Take an inhale and exhale, windmill it down. High to low plank, or go right to your downward dog. And then from our downward dog, take an inhale, lift the left, bend the knee, stack the hip, open it up. And exhale, step it forward, crescent lunge on the left. Inhale, whoops, and exhale, warrior one. Take an inhale, and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, this time reverse and lengthen that front leg. And then exhale, come back through warrior two, back into your side angle. And then take this, just because you took it on the other side or didn't take it on the other side, doesn't have to dictate what you do on this side. So if you'd like to come with to bird of paradise, we'll take a half bind with the right, sorry. And then that left hand reaches down, bend underneath the leg, try to find the right fingertips and find that bind, lifting the heart. Take a breath in
And then we'll start to walk that right foot up to meet the left. And then shifting the weight on to your right. When you're ready, lifting, walking the gaze, coming all the way up to vertical. Trying to open through the chest as much as possible, and then maybe lengthening through those left toes. Take another breath if you're all the way up or wherever you are. And then we're going to slowly release and come all the way back down, stepping that right foot back, coming back into our bound angle. Release, lengthen, reverse, deep breath in, and then exhale, windmill it all down. Step the left foot back, high to low. And this time, everyone bring it back to a child's pose. Bring your arms back by your heels, forehead to the earth. And just let your body reset, rounding through the spine with a few deep breaths. And take another breath in. And then come back through your table. And then into your downward dog. Take a full breath in. Long breath out. And then let's inhale, take the right leg high. Exhale it forward. Come into your crescent lunge. Inhale, come on up. And then exhale, bring the hands together through heart center and take a twist to the right. You can drop the back knee, come into the twist, or keep the back knee lifted. And then you take this pose to your depth. Keep the palms pressing into one another. If opening your arms is in your practice, you can take it there, a half bind or a full bind, wherever you get the most out of the pose, and taking 5 deep breaths there. One more inhale. And then with the exhale, release that all. Come back up to your crescent, lengthening up. And then exhale, release the hands through heart center. And let's, I'm going to turn this way. Pivot to a wide-legged fold, so toes in, heels out. Make sure your outer edges of your feet are parallel to the short edge of your mat. And then let's interlace the hands on the lower back. Take an inhale, squeeze in the shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, come down into your fold. Just walking the gaze, leading with the heart, letting the crown of the head eventually drop, letting the arms drop overhead. One more deep breath. And then releasing the hands. And then just pivot the feet back toward the front of your mat. Come back into a low or like a supported crescent. You can be on or off. We'll take that right leg up to the sky to a 3-legged dog. Just yawn it up high. And then exhale, release it back down. And take a full breath. And the next inhale, take the left leg high. Exhale it forward. Crescent lunge on the left. Inhale it up. And then exhale, hands through heart center. And we'll take our twist to the left. So again, you can drop the back knee, keep it lifted, press the palms, open them up. Lots of variations here. Take whatever feels most comfortable, but mostly make sure that you're filling the breath fully, exhaling fully. One more full breath. And then exhale, release wherever you are. Come back up to your crescent.
lifting up, lengthening, and then exhale. Again, we'll pivot to come into our wide-legged fold. And taking another arm bind, but maybe you take a different one. So if you interlaced your fingers, maybe this time grab opposite elbows or reverse namaste, or just bringing your hands to your waist or to your hips. And again, squeezing the shoulders, inhale, and then just walking your gaze down as you exhale, coming down into the fold. Drop the crown of the head and drop the gaze. And one more inhale, and then exhale, release, and just walk your hands back towards the front of your mat, pivot your feet back into a low lunge or supported lunge here. Take a breath, and then we'll take that left leg back up to the sky to our three-legged dog. Inhale, and then exhale, release it all the way down. Take a nice full deep breath in and out. And 2 more of those. And at the end of your third exhale, look forward and walk your feet all the way through your hands, coming down to your mat. And we'll come all the way down to our back through our boat pose. So don't come down yet. Just make sure you're in the center of your mat. And then come on up to Navasana, boat pose. Toes start about eye level, and you can have your hands behind the thighs as you lift the heart and lengthen out through the spine. And then releasing, sending the arms forward and maybe bringing them away from your body a little bit. Maybe lengthening the knees a little bit till you really feel the core engaging. And from there, we'll start our 10. Just staying here, breathing, engaging the core. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hug the knees in, round through the spine. Take a deep breath in, and open mouth, exhale. And then coming back to that same place, and we'll breathe here for 5, and then slowly lower for 5. So for like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, slowly expanding, lengthening 4, 3, 2, 1, coming all the way down, releasing everything onto the mat. Deep breath in and open mouth, exhale. And then hug the knees into the chest. Make a nice tight ball. Feel the back body heavy on the mat. And then we'll come into a bridge pose. So setting up the feet parallel, hips width, just in close enough to your body that you can feel the heels. And then take an inhale and imprint the lower back onto your mat. And then as you exhale, ground through the heels, lift the hips, walk the shoulder blades toward one another, interlace the fingers, bring your gaze straight up so the center of the back of your skull is grounded. And then engage through your quadriceps, through your glutes to keep lifting the hips and breathing. 4 more. One more. Inhale and exhale, slowly walking one vertebrae at a time as you come all the way back down, and just staying for a breath here. We're going to come back up, so don't come into your Supta Baddha Konasana or any other pose just quite yet. Take another breath. And then just reset. We're going to come back up for 5 more breaths. Take an inhale, imprint. Exhale, lift, ground. And back up to your pose. And either breathing for 5 or maybe taking the right leg and sending it high. And breathing there for 3, 2, 1. And then switching sides, bringing the right foot down, sending the left high again for 3, 2, 1, releasing that down. And then with both feet down, just taking 2 or 3 more breaths here.
And then with your next exhale, making your way back down, walking the shoulder blades apart and releasing the vertebrae down one at a time. And as you get all the way down, then bringing the soles of the feet together, come in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Letting the knees open wide, hands can rest on the tops of your thighs, on your belly and your heart, or just by the sides of your legs on the floor. Letting the face soften, maybe the eyelids close, and taking a few deep breaths, really letting the body start to slow down and settle. Another round of breath here. And then gently guiding your knees together, hug them into your chest. Letting the back body get really heavy. Maybe a gentle rock, side to side, or some small circles, just finding the corners of your lower back. If you're taking circles, just make sure you take both sides. And then let's come into an inversion, your choice. Legs up, shoulder stand, or anything else that you practice. We come into shoulder stand, just making sure the hands on the lower back are supportive. You can bring one leg at a time toward the sky. In Viparita Karani, using a block or the wall as support. Wherever you are, letting your face start to soften. Maybe the eyelids get heavy. And taking about 3 more breaths if you're in shoulder stand. And then starting to make your way into plow, bringing the toes overhead, keeping the hands on the lower back for support. And then everybody's starting to make your way out, whichever inversion you're in, coming all the way back down and hugging the knees in tight. Dropping the knees to the right and the gaze to the left. We're going to stay for a little bit longer than we normally do in our spinal twist. So just making sure that you're in a comfortable space here. If the twist is not comfortable for you, maybe try bringing that left hand back to center and your gaze straight ahead. But if it's okay to bring that left arm open and the gaze over to the left, then come on into there. Take a deep breath in, out through the mouth, and really just let your body settle and soften in here. Watching the breath, trying to keep the thoughts settled as you slow the body down. It's natural that the thoughts will pick back up. So just try to keep the focus on the breath. And stay here for about 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. So just keep settling, softening. Making your way back to center. Hug the knees in. Do a nice tight squeeze. Let your back body all get heavy there. Try to feel all the sides, the center, the lower, the upper.
So before we take our other side of the spinal twist, let's open the knees and come into a happy baby, grabbing the big toes or the outer edges of the feet. Keeping the tailbone and the shoulders grounded, just let the knees drop toward the earth to your body's degree. Take another breath here. And then gently bringing the knees back to center. And then we'll take our twist to the other side, dropping the knees to the left and the gaze and that right arm out to the right. Maybe starting here with an inhale and an open mouth exhale to let your body settle, really soften. And take 3 or 4 more breaths. The end of your next exhale, releasing, coming back to center. Hug the knees in again. Any other last poses or movements before you come into your Shavasana? And when you're ready, bringing everything long, heels to the corners of your mat, the arms by your side. Softening the muscles on the face, relaxing the eyes, and then taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Really just signaling to your body to relax and soften. Relaxing the muscles on your face, your jaw.
Starting to bring some awareness back to your breath and to your physical body. Deepening your inhale, lengthening your exhale. And then with your next breath in, take a deep inhale, lengthen the arms overhead, stretch everything nice and long. And with the exhale, hug everything in tight, squeeze the knees into the chest. And all the air out. And then dropping everything to one side. Take another deep, full breath there. And when you're ready, making your way back up to a comfortable upright, bring the palms together at your heart center. Bring back to mind your intention, dedication, or focus. See it clearly as you breathe in. And then bring your hands to our crown, honoring those thoughts. To our throats, honoring our words. And our hearts, honoring our souls. The light that shines in each one of us. Namaste.